Go turn it on.
This Chesterfield mom and daughter
Keep spraying.
suds up their car, as they do every week. But on this day, it's different.
It would probably make me think twice.
Taking pause about the water coming into her Woodlake home and that her daughter could have been exposed to as an elementary student last year.
It makes me nervous because my daughter going to Clover Hill last year ended up being treated for Legionnaires.
That can allow contaminants to be siphoned back into the public water supply into the surrounding neighborhoods drinking water.
This former Chesterfield County Public Schools maintenance worker who has asked us not to identify him claims CCPS is not regularly testing their backflow preventers as required annually by the state. The device is installed to keep water flowing in one direction to protect it from contamination.
Conversation where I told them that they were putting a lot of lives in jeopardy by not, adhering to the laws. And once I didn't get any, indication that they were actually proceeding in the right direction, it really started bothering me because, I realized, of course, that it was widespread.
He took his school and public water contamination concerns, along with these pictures and video, to the Virginia Department of Health.
I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself, especially if something happened. It would always forever be in the back of my mind. I could prevent it.
Under the Freedom of Information Act, CBS 6 obtained this letter dated May 11th from the Office of Drinking Water to Chesterfield's Director of Utilities. Also copied, CCPS's superintendent and building official. VDH made them aware of the allegations, the requirements, and potential hazards.
This is the backflow preventer.
Chris Mayhew knows those hazards best.
So therefore, anything out here was considered non-potable. It's a difference of being sick or not being sick.
As the president of the Virginia chapter of the American Backflow Prevention Association.
Backflow testing is so important due to not knowing whether the assemblies are working or not unless we test them. And for what they do by preventing contamination from getting back into the water, then obviously if you're not doing it, you're simply playing Russian roulette, plain and simple.
Under the Freedom of Information Act, CBS 6 requested backflow preventer testing records for the last 2 years from CCPS, which confirmed the district is not consistently conducting annual testing. On average, 46 of its registered 293 devices were inspected annually. That's 16% of the district's inventory.
And a backflow that's not tested, if there is a case of backflow, then that contamination is going back into the drinking water, and whoever happens to be pouring a glass is going to drink that water.
Devices at the fire sprinkler system were tested in the summer of 2019 at 45 out of 64 schools and didn't resume at 45 schools until May 18, 2021. That's 7 days after the county received this VDH notice. At Matoaka High School, the same device failed in 2019 and 21 with the same problem. Experts say leaving that public water line vulnerable.
The primary responsibility of the water purveyor, if they know that there's a hazard and there either needs to be a backflow preventer there or one that's there is not being kept up or not being tested annually as it should, their really one recourse is to discontinue service.
Between January and February of 2020, potable or drinkable devices were tested in 33 of 64 schools. And we were not provided any history of testing for 14 schools in the county, including Clover Hill Elementary, where this child was treated for Legionnaire's disease last year when her mom says she missed 3 weeks of instruction.
I just can't imagine why you would risk people's health that way. It's scary, for sure.
I mean, if you know that you could possibly be putting people in jeopardy on the scale that they are, that's way immoral. I think they need to be held accountable.
CCPS says remaining inspections will be complete before schools reopen in the summer and will be performed annually. They also provided us an extensive summary of their backflow prevention. That can be found online at WTVR.com. That is where you'll also find much more from state health officials and the county. Working for you, Laura French, CBS 6 News.